You see me all right? Hear me all right? Let me fix the chat. Cool. All right. Well, in today's live stream, we're going to be talking about, just the exhaust manifold that I just did on the Jeep, kind of my process through that, our plans for this weekend and for my birthday weekend, and then I guess kind of future Jeep upgrades. How you doing, Tim? What's up, dude? Can't wait to hang out next weekend with you at the off-road and camping expo. That's gonna be awesome, dude. We'll have plenty of trail sodas. By the way, what are excuse me, what are you guys sipping today? What is your trail soda of choice, or what are you drinking right now? I'm having the Sippin' Pretty, it's called. We had it left over from our last camping trip.
Odell Brewing.
From Odell Brewing Company. We got Bean also. Say hi. He looks kind of terrified. Looking at himself on the screen. You want to lay down, buddy? Oh, Maggie. Mike's Hard Black Cherry. Lift in the mic, Bean. Cut it out. Brian, how are you, buddy? Bean is being a menace right now, so if I keep looking away, it's because I'm playing with him. All right, buddy. Tim, I probably lost about 10 pounds of water weight just from doing that exhaust manifold, dude. It was terrible. Honestly, I wish I would have done it before summer, but I guess I kind of just, procrastinated it. And that's, how it was. It was fairly smooth. It was just the heat kind of killed me. So that's what it was, yeah. Just removing everything, taking a ton of pictures of where everything went, and then kind of just going from there. But it is sounding a lot better. Like, since I own the Jeep practically the past 8 years, it's had that exhaust manifold crack. I've just been kind of lazy, putting it off on the replacement, but I wish I would have done it years ago. I mean, the crack was so big in the exhaust manifold, like I could easily slide maybe 2-3 sheets of paper in it. Oh, get off the drink, Bean. You're not even 21 yet, dude. Maggie's having a black cherry lemonade. Mike's Hard. Hey, no problem, dude. I'm glad our birthdays are a couple weeks apart. Happy birthday, dude. All right, Bean's being a menace. I'm sorry, you guys. Come on, Bean. Cut it out. This guy he's the star of the show. He is a total pain in the butt, though. He's looking at Natalie walk by now. Thank you, Maggie. I appreciate it. Yeah, next weekend, the 14th, will be my birthday. August 14th. We're heading up to the off-road and camping expo right around Mormon Lake, and we're just going to be enjoying the cooler weather and just having some trail sodas and hanging out. I guess there might be some booths there, some exhibitors, some trail runs, stuff like that. So I'm pretty excited for it, just to get out of the valley. Yeah, Bean is a handful, man, especially camping. He's night and day difference. We'll take him at home. He acts like a 120-pound pit bull. Just, this house is his. Then the second we get out camping, we're in the woods or wherever we're camping. If we get 10 feet away from him, he's gonna be, he's yelping for us. He's whining. Totally different animal once we're out in the woods. Yeah, I wish I was turning 21. I am turning 30, the big 30. Honestly, I don't feel it. Well, sometimes I feel it, but most of the time I don't. And I love you too, man. I appreciate it. We'll keep the videos coming. Oh yeah, I did look at it. There's like a chance of rain the whole weekend too. So, excuse me. I'm hoping we don't get rained out. I don't think it will. It's not like rain all day, but it should be, you know, help keep the temperatures down. Should actually make it cooler. So other than, you know, me doing the exhaust manifold, anybody get new gear, camping gear, any rig updates, you know, any new things to your rigs this weekend, anything like that? I know I have some plans. I've been kind of, you know, I guess window shopping at a lot of websites to figure out the stuff that I need for my future upgrades. That the second it cools down, I'm gonna have like a whole little series or like one huge video on the whole upgrades that I want to do, and I'll get into that with you guys in a minute. It is humid today. I mean, it's not terrible. Like I had a pop-up shade over my Jeep while I was working on it, but a majority of the time I don't. But that from now on, that pop-up is going to be there because it made a huge difference, even though I was still sweating like crazy. But it's good though, having the pop-up, having your tools in the shade, so you don't, you know, reach for a wrench that's been in the direct sunlight and you burn your hand. Tim, I got a new set of Crocs coming in the mail for next weekend. Does that count? Yeah, that counts, man. I mean, that's my main footwear for, I mean, I did the whole exhaust manifold replacement wearing my Crocs. Like, I guess that's the preferred footwear, you know, safety footwear for working on the Jeep and, you know, camping. What's up with the Sonic off-roader? I'm just kind of stockpiling parts right now for that thing, and kind of just still doing my research for it and still getting things in. Like we got a mini fridge in that we got. I have the control panel for the back. Just stuff like that. I'm just trying to stockpile stuff right now, so you know it won't be like one video on it and then a month or two later another video. Like I want to just come out with video after video after video on it just to get it knocked out. Really show you guys my plans for it, I guess. Oh yeah, better than trying to do it in January in Boston. Oh my gosh. I can only imagine, Maggie, how just cold it would be. Yeah, if you're wrenching on something and your hand slips off and you hit your knuckle or something, just that pain is just, I can only imagine. I mean, in January here, it's not that, I mean, it's maybe in the, you know, 40s at night, wrenching on something, and that happens and it kills. So I can only imagine in Boston, where it's just freezing. How do you fit a mini fridge in a mini car? This fridge is tiny, dude. Honestly, it's like the size of a medium lunchbox, but it's a legit refrigerator. We took it a couple weekends ago for a camping trip, and I mean, it kept the trail sodas cold and whatever dinner we brought cold. All right, Bean. But it worked great. I mean, it used a lot less electricity than the Dometic, the 75 liter. But honestly, this fridge can fit a, it could fit like a 12 pack of trail sodas, and that's about it. Like it's extremely small, but the dimensions of the fridge fits in the back hatch. When you open up the hatch, it's the exact dimensions. It's perfect. Yeah, I can't wait to show you guys. I might actually come out with like a mini review on it soon. And I think it'd be a good option for people, you know, working outside in the summer, or, you know, just needing cold drinks in their vehicle while they're at work or, you know, on the road or anything like that. And then it's perfect for, you know, a mini camping fridge. But the fridge I bought is way too big for my Jeep. Go, well, gotta have drinks in it on it. Yeah, Tim. I mean, we have the 75 liter Dometic, and 9 times out of 10, we have everything cold in one side and then all of our dry food in the other. So it just ends up turning into like a giant storage, food storage and drink storage. And that usually works out, but in the back of the Cherokee, it takes up maybe a third of the whole back. So we start looking like the Beverly Hillbillies with all of our gear piled in there. Are you going to boost that turbo up on that Sonic? I might. I honestly might. I might, once I lift it, I might do like a cold air intake, a new intercooler for the turbo, new radiator, like just a lot of little upgrades to make it even more reliable so it wouldn't leave us stranded on a trail far away. Well, I am thinking about it, maybe just as we get further and further down the road. They do make a limited slip for the front of that car. It's expensive, but I mean, having a limited slip in the front, I think it would be, pretty cool. I think it'd be like one of one off-road limited slip, it'd make it a little bit more capable. But I bought an 80-liter New Air. Man, if you're bringing that up this weekend, I want to check that thing out. That sounds like it's a monster. But I mean, fit what? Probably several gallons of water, a 30-pack of trail sodas, and all your food for the weekend in there for 5-10 people. It only fits sideways in the back and takes up pretty much the whole thing. Yep. Sorry, I had to clear my throat. My sinuses are going nuts. Yeah, that's how the Dometic is. Once I have it laying sideways, you open up the hatch and there's probably about 1.5 feet on the left side of the fridge that is open for, longer pieces of gear like chairs and stuff like that. But Frank, I don't drive my Jeep much anymore. Got a company truck. Don't blame you. My son uses it for transporting his RC planes to the field. That's cool. So once the drop the back seats, and yeah, that's plenty big enough for the wings and everything. But hey, it's you keep having it moving, you're not going to be leaking as many fluids as normal and everything like that. So, are you going to put like a roll cage on it, external with gas cans and that kind of stuff? I think it's a great idea. Honestly, I think I'm going to do, they sell a hitch for it. So I'm going to put a receiver hitch on the rear, and I think I'm going to do like a tire swing. So it'll go into the receiver hitch and then, yeah, tire swing out for the full-size spare. And then that's where I'll do like a gas can or, I mean, honestly, it gets such good gas mileage that I don't know if I would even need like external gas cans and stuff, but maybe it might be a possibility, maybe for longer trips and stuff like that. It's more of I mean, 95% of the forest roads in Arizona, I could take that car down how it sits now. So having it lifted with the tires and everything like that, I might be able to do, several hundred miles of forest road on that thing. And so maybe a gas can would be a good idea. Or a water can too. What are you doing, Bean? Yeah, so I got the exhaust manifold done, and now I'm running into AC issues. The AC, it's charged, it's blowing out, but it's 80 degrees. I mean, it's in the zone of charged, but I think I have a leak at the crimp, and it's a hose that they don't make anymore. So I'm gonna have to go to a shop and have a guy custom make the hose, and then I got to take it to a local shop to have them pull all of, suction all of the stuff out of the system so I could replace the hose. But I might, if that gives me issues, I might honestly just completely replace the AC system. I already did it once. I might do it again just so I know I have everything brand new inside of the system. And just kind of, I don't know, just redo it. I've already done it once to the point where I had to pull the dash and do everything like that. But I have a feeling that once I replace the AC compressor or the AC hose, I'm gonna have an issue because I seen some of the oil from the AC system dripping, or the crimp was wet. So I have a feeling I'm gonna have an issue with that compressor. So if I do, and that compressor blows up or goes out, then I'm doing a video on replacing the entire AC system in a 96 Cherokee then. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, and I got my Wolf koozie. Figured, oh, it's been pretty good to us. So I have an idea of what hose it is. It's the hose that goes from the accumulator, Frank, to the expansion valve. It's coming out of the expansion valve. It's like a 45-degree angle that's metal, and then it crimps into the rubber, and then the rubber runs and crimps into some more aluminum that's like an S-shaped hose that goes onto the accumulator. For the life of me, I've spent hours, probably 8 to 10 hours, searching the entire internet, and I cannot find a reproduction brand new version of this hose. I can only find used ones or nothing on it. I don't know why. Like, maybe they only used it for a year or two or something, but I can't find this hose. So I ended up going to a local wrecker and getting this hose. And I mean, it worked fine for a little while, and then for some reason it's starting to leak. So I know of some local shops. Well, they're in Phoenix, probably about an hour away from me, but they're willing to re-crimp on a brand new hose for me. But if I can't do that, then I'm just going to keep searching wreckers if they want too much money or whatnot. I appreciate it, Dustin. Yeah. Honestly, I can't wait. I just got to start buying the parts. I have practically everything to put in the external power for the fridge. So I'm going to be doing that soon. I just have to buy the battery or start looking into a auxiliary battery. So I got to kind of see. Tim, when you get an off-road Sonic done and I get the off-road Honda Pilot, that'd be cool, man. Honestly, I prefer the car for some of these trips because of the AC issues in the Jeep. But I'm hoping to get that fixed and, get back into the Jeep full time and then take the car on some trips here and there just for longer distances or whatnot. But that would be, man. Honestly, I think maybe like a 50 to 70 mile like soft roading trip through a bunch of forest road up north before it snows and gets nasty would be a great idea. Maybe do a video on it or something. Watching two practically stock vehicles do what Jeeps do, I guess. Awesome, Frank. Yeah, let me know, man. Tim, that's the hose that transports. Yeah, I don't know why. Like, everywhere I look up, it's a all metal hose, and I bought it from the same wrecker, but it doesn't even fit. It's too short and it doesn't have the right ends on it. So for the life of me, I can't find these hoses. It's weird. But mine is opposite. The AC works on the Jeep great and doesn't work on the Pilot at all. Oh man. So the Daily has bad AC. Yeah, I couldn't do that. Especially, I mean, it hasn't been too hot down here in the valley, but it has been super humid. And Senator Highway would be great. Once I have that thing lifted on the all-terrains and all that, I'm definitely down for a trip. I think I'm going to try to figure out a way. I don't think there's really any mounting points on the front for like a winch, but I'm thinking about doing like a, since it has a hitch on the rear, or I will put a hitch with the tire swing, maybe I can pull off the tire swing and then put on a hitch in the, or put on a winch in the receiver to winch myself backwards, or have some type of recovery, I guess, so I'm not completely stuck. I've been dailying a Jeep since I've got it back. I don't blame you there. Yeah, I guess the gas, you know, prices would be a little different, but so be it. Other than that, I do have big plans. Like we're going to be upgrading our sleeping gear in the tent. Just because in my 2 year update on the Trailhead rooftop tent, it was not, the bed isn't that good in it. So I'm going to figure out an option to completely replace the bed, or to have a thicker mattress on top so that we could sleep a lot better. And then kind of start getting our gear ready and getting new gear for winter camping. So then we're completely squared away for winter, and we're pretty squared away for summer camping right now. And from there, it's just upgrades to the Jeep. My big plans are obviously I want to go with the Dana 44 in the front. So I'm not really doing anything to the front end until I get those upgrades, or until I get that upgraded axle for the front. So my plan is just work on the rear right now. I want to do maybe Deaver leaf springs, maybe another set of Old Man Emu leaves, something like that. Some really high quality leaf springs, and then I want to do gosh, like I already have the truss, so then I want to do a I got to screenshot that. Hold on, sorry. Awesome, Frank. Cool. I screenshot that, dude. Thanks. I want to do bump cans coming off the rear inner unibody rails, since I already did the inner rear unibody stiffeners. And I want to do hydraulic bumps for the rear. And I kind of want to do bump pads off of the truss, just so it gives us a little bit of a assurance for, you know, with all the weight in the back, us bottoming out. We're not, you know, bottoming out and messing anything up. And then since I'm doing that, I want to measure for upgraded shocks, like some adjustable resis, or some maybe some double bypasses, like something like that. Kind of just depends on how smooth of a ride we want and my budget. But kind of save up for that, and that'll be like the big project, is get the rear end of the Jeep squared away with the Deavers, the hydraulic bumps, you know, the new shocks, everything like that suspension wise. And then once I have all of that done and good to go, then I will the Dana 44 for the front, and kind of do the same thing once I have the Dana 44 squared away and everything like that. Tim, yeah, weld on a hitch receiver in the front too, and then you could winch. That's true, yeah. And maybe I don't need too crazy of a winch, honestly. Maybe just like a high capacity, like ATV winch. Because I mean, the whole car weighs like 2,600 pounds. So with all of our garbage on it, it's probably like 3,000. So I don't need that crazy of a winch, to be honest. John, what's up, man? Sorry, late to the party and have a few truck beers. That's awesome. What are you what trail sodas are you drinking? I have a Sippin' Pretty from Odell Brewing Company. It's a leftover from a camping trip a couple weeks ago. Frank, I will I'll look into that. I did screenshot it, so I'm hoping that's the right one. That's the case. I mean, mine is a 96. But if it's the one, it's yours. Hey, I appreciate it. I will look into that, and if it's the right one, then I guess I'll get into contact with you, and we can meet up and I'll get it from you. I really appreciate that, Frank. Excuse me. John, what's up with the car build? I'm just kind of accumulating parts right now. I said a little bit earlier in the stream, I have the control panel, the wiring for the auxiliary power in the back. I already have a mini fridge for it, and I'm gonna start building that up, and then from there, sorry, get the suspension and everything like that. Just kind of slowly stockpile all the parts, because I got to look into if I need sway bar extensions, kind of like on the Jeep, and just kind of look into that background of it, because I don't want to lift it and then like things don't work out. Like I need extended brake lines and stuff like that. Jimmy, how are you doing, man? Glad you. I'm glad all you guys could tune in. We're at 11 viewers right now. That's about, God, consistently the most we've ever had. So I'm glad you guys are enjoying the live streams and the trail sodas. I'm a basic white girl Bud Light. Well, if it was basic white girl, it'd be, like a White Claw or something like that. No, I'm kidding. I'm kind of a fan of White Claws too. Can't have too many of them. But yeah, we're gonna have an awesome trip up north next weekend to the Overland and Camping Expo. If you guys are in Arizona and willing to go to it, I did talk to the guy on the phone. They have quite a bit of spots still available. It's $80 for the whole weekend, so it's not too bad compared to Overland Expo or anything like that. But there is a lot of spots still available, and I mean, it should be a good time. From what the guy said is, if you have a booth, like you're selling products or anything, you could set up your booth right at your camp spot. And it's just kind of like a big hangout camping area type thing. There's gonna be trail runs, all kinds of stuff like that. We're gonna be there. Tim's gonna be there. So if you head on up, come on by. We'll have maybe we could shotgun a trail soda or have a few drinks. Natalie will be there. We're not taking Bean just because we don't want him running around too much. We just want to enjoy the weekend, go on some trail rides, and have Bean hang out at the wife's parents' house. Coors Light here. I don't blame you there. That's good stuff. Are you still taking Friday off work and going up early? Tim, we're not. We're gonna be leaving. Nat can't get it off Friday, so she's off work at 5. So once she gets home, we'll jump in the Jeep and start heading up there. So honestly, we'll probably be there. Knowing the Cherokee and how slow it is, we'll probably get there at, gosh, probably 8:30ish. Get up there, set up camp real quick, and have some trail sodas. Get set up real quick though, and then start walking around and hanging out with people. And Frank, it's the Off-Road and Camping Expo. It's up at Mormon Lake. It's just just the Off-Road and Camping Expo? That's the name of the expo, the Off-Road and Camping Expo?
I don't remember.
Oh. I don't know. I can't put a link to it in the group chat during the live stream. So I'll have Natalie put a link to their website in the group chat. Or in the, not the group chat, in the live stream chat. So if any of you guys are interested and you're in Arizona and want to go up there next weekend, I'm gonna have patches. We're gonna be up there with quite a few trail sodas, so we're gonna have a good time. Jimmy, yeah, make that money, dude. Dang, 105 an hour. I do not blame you. You gotta get those Jeep parts. And how Budweiser? I don't blame you there, Bud Heavies. I wish I had a Coors Banquet right now, but I have the Sippin' Pretty. I'll probably be there about the same time, get off at 5, and my Jeep is slow too. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to get everything back Thursday. I actually do have Friday off. So, I'll be home just hanging out, until Natalie gets home. So I'll be kind of packing the Jeep Friday to so the second she's home, we'll just hit the road and start going. Yeah, Natalie will be putting the link to it in the live stream chat. Maggie, yeah, I'll meet you guys there in September. That's why I'm hoping if we left here to meet you in Boston, we'd get there like April, so it'd be pretty nice outside. So, we might do that just because of how slow the Jeep is. We might have to actually panhandle on the way there because of the price of gas too. So it might be a long trip. If not, we definitely want to do some trips out of state come later in the year. I think we want to head up to Zion in, gosh, I want to say like October, November. Head up there, check out a few hot springs around Utah, maybe up into Nevada, and just, kind of get out of Arizona, enjoy those parts of those states, maybe go to Moab, even though I know it's going to be overrun with people around that time of year, but maybe check out some trails that aren't really, too populated, and maybe go to, gosh, I don't know, maybe like the San Rafael Swell, or, just cool areas up there. But I have to start doing my research on all that, since it's I kind of over plan trips or over research trips, so I just want to kind of find the coolest spots to show you guys. Yeah, if you run out of gas, I'll tow you the rest of the way. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, the trail sodas. Other than that, I'm trying to think just what upgrades we have for the Jeep. In a couple weeks, I will be coming out with a review on our Taruka USA shower room. So you guys will see that. It should actually be out near the end of this month, August. So if you guys are interested in it, I do have an affiliate with them for 10% off and everything like that. So save you guys some money if you want an awesome shower room for your rig. And how Sand Hollow. Okay, I'll keep Sand Hollow in mind. I know since we're going up there just with the Jeep, I don't want to get into anything too crazy where if we possibly have a breakage on the trail, we're stranded and it's a long tow truck drive home. So I kind of just want to do some difficult stuff and some easier stuff too. I guess kind of just see what's thrown at us. But I'm thinking about yeah, maybe some harder wheeling once I get the 44 in the front, and do some more upgrades and stuff like that, that slowly get into more crazier and crazier trails. And once it cools down too, me and my buddy Travis and a couple other guys we know, we're going to be doing a lot more wheeling videos, like the Smiley Rock video and the Log Corral video. We're just going to be doing some more stuff like that because I know you guys are into, legit crawling too, like I am. It's too hot out right now, which stinks, but I want to say in about the next couple months, we're going to start hitting harder trails like that too. And I'll be videotaping those to show you guys also. Frank, how many miles are on your Jeep? I'm at 197 and just baby it like it's on its last legs. It runs fine. I think we're about 400 or 500 miles away from 200,000. And I'm the same way, man. I drive mine like a grandma. I'm going 65 in the very right lane. I don't, give it a ton of skinny pedal while on the trails. We just take our time with it. And honestly, it's been great. I bought it at 145,000. I've just been upgrading it ever since I bought it, and it's been good to us. Honestly, I think I could probably get like 225 to 250 out of this motor if I drive it how I am now. So that's why I want to do all the other upgrades around it, like bump stops, Dana 44 in the front, do all the upgrades around it. So once that finally goes out on us, or it starts getting bad compression, or you could just tell it's getting tired, then maybe we could toss a stroker in there, or just another 4.0. Kind of depends on my budget at the time and what I want to do, to be honest. Maggie, I was thinking about letting my baby go and maybe scooping up a gladiator. What do you think? What do you think? Maggie wants to maybe get rid of her XJ and get a gladiator.
That'd be awesome, but parts
Yeah.
would be way more expensive.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, Maggie, the XJ is already paid off, but if you can sway the payment and then the cost for upgrades to it are a little bit more expensive, um, having all those luxuries and just a newer vehicle, you can't beat it, to be honest. But I mean, why can't you have both? Have the Gladiator, just slowly upgrade, lift it, do 35s or 37s, and then start building your Cherokee into something really wild. I think that'd be a good medium too to have. Even though owning two Jeeps, unless you're making six figures a year, it's it's hard to upgrade and keep both projects going at a steady pace. So I mean, I don't blame you getting a Gladiator or just keeping the Cherokee, honestly. I mean, the Gladiators are cool. I did see a company, they have a bobbed bed for it, so the bed is shorter. It's a kit. It's a little expensive, but they look really cool. So that wouldn't be a bad thing too. Cosmic, sorry, Cosmic Sea Smiley Rock would be cool. Yeah, we did Smiley Rock when it was half frozen, and it was a fun wheeling trip. But honestly, it was all the rocks were frozen because like it snowed right before, and the sun would melt the snow, but it wouldn't melt it fully, so it would freeze. It would freeze, and yeah, so we were wheeling on frozen rocks the whole way. It was really fun, but we want to go back there right at the tail end of summer where everything is thawed and not muddy and nasty, and do some more wheeling so you could kind of compare the two videos, like a frozen Smiley Rock trip where everything is slippery, and then like one where it's not. Just so you could see the difference. Plus at the time I was on 33s. So being on 35s now with an extra inch and a half of lift, the Jeep should act way better on that trip. Should be able to just damn near do everything in two-wheel drive. Yeah, Tim, he doesn't give his Jeep the beans because his dog is named Bean. Yeah, either that or I'm just afraid I'm going to blow the thing up in the middle of the trail, and then it's going to be expensive to get a ride home. But yeah, I mean, sometimes after 4, 5, 6 trail sodas, I I give it some RPMs there. Toss a R 2.8 Cummins. That's not a bad idea, honestly. I wonder. I want to keep the AW4 transmission. So if I could find an adapter plate for the R 2.8 to the 4 or to the AW4, that would be cool. Also, I just got to kind of look into that. That's just a lot more research, and then maybe start saving now to get the R 2.8. Just the thing with the 4.0s is I could find a rebuilt 4.0 for like 1,800 to 2 grand off Jags, or a Stroker's like 4,500, or an R 2.8 I think is like 7 to 10,000. I could be wrong, but I know they're up there a little bit. Oh, I'm getting behind on here. Good mileage, longevity. That's true. I wish I could afford that. I'd have to sell my XJ to afford a Gladiator. Honestly, I don't blame you if you do it. It's not a bad trade-off. I mean, I'm not a fan of car payments, but having a newer vehicle with all of, those amenities and the comfort and everything would be a good trade-off. And then if you're going to own it for a long, long time, it gives you a huge timeline to do all of your upgrades to it also. So I don't blame you there, Maggie, if you do that. Wolverine, wife and I looked at a Mojave, cool ride, but 65K. Yeah. And then once you factor in all your upgrades, everything like that, all the work you want to do to it, you're probably looking at what, 75, 80, 85 maybe. I mean, I don't hate on people that can spend that money. I just I can't. So I don't blame people though for getting gladiators and going all out with them. They look awesome. Maybe one day me and Natalie could do that. Frank, all my money goes to my 65 VW. My XJ is all stock except for a 3-inch and 31s. It's a perfect body and zero rust. I don't blame you there. I mean, you know, the 31s and 3 inches of lift, it still has, you know, a lot of road manners. It's not terrifying to drive on the highway or anything. And, you know, it's still a good looking rig. So I don't blame you for having a little lift like that on it and just those little bit of upgrades. So I don't blame you at all. Tim, long-term plans with my Jeep is to get an aluminum tub from Aqualoo. They make a 4-door tub that you can put a CJ front end on. So slap that on my frame, engine, axles, and have some. That would be cool, dude. That would be really cool. I know I see the kits where they have the old J10 Gladiator front ends for the newer Gladiators, and I think those look awesome. I seen one in person the other day, and like I had to double take it. I was like, that is weird. And I was like, wait, I've seen that before on, you know, Instagram. I think those are cool kits too. If you do that with the bobbed bed, that would be awesome. Maggie, I don't have much money either. I'd have to trade in my daily driver and sell my XJ. I mean, the Gladiator could be both at that point. It could be your wheeler, an off-roader, and your daily. I mean, those things are pretty built up enough just how they are. If you just do a little lift and some 35s or 37s on it, I mean, you could do just about anything you want then at that point. Then put maybe a bed cover on it, and you could, you know, camp out of the back of it or do a rack with the tent since you have your tent. That would be great. I mean, it'd be the best of both worlds. You could hit the trail the whole weekend, do whatever you want, and know that you could get off the trail and then go home, clean it up, take all your camping gear out, and be ready for the work week. So I do not blame you there. Yeah, so I'm just looking into kind of just upgrading, like making our gear more lightweight. All of our camping gear, overlanding gear, more lightweight, but have the same purpose. So it'll be easy to just transfer the gear from the car to the Jeep or from the Jeep to the car for trips. I know a lot of our gear, I kind of bought it to fit in the Jeep, but trying to stuff it all into the car, it takes up a ton of room in there. So I'm like downsizing everything. You know, like our stove, or we have the swag tent for sleeping, you know, a little baby fridge. We have the Devos Light Rangers for camp lighting, and then like smaller lightweight chairs, and just all kinds of stuff like that. Just so, you know, we can easily fit both between both rigs. But what's cool is kind of gearing everything to fit in the car means we have more room in the Jeep. Like when we went on a trip a couple weeks ago, we had the mini fridge, we just had all of our regular smaller camping gear, and there was tons of room in the back of the Jeep. But I am, once we get the rest of our gear that would fit in the car, I'm gonna do a kind of like a winter lightweight overland camping gear video. So people, you know, don't have to break the bank on all their gear, and they could honestly fit it anywhere. Excuse me. Justin, what's up, man? I'm looking at making my XJ very capable overlander. I'm dealing with the overheating stage of owning an XJ. Oh, dude. If you look back a little bit in the history that I have just in some of my older videos, I did like the high flow water pump and high flow thermostat housing video, the transmission cooler video. I don't have a 3-row radiator install video. I might make one on that if I ever get a new radiator. But honestly, I would just doesn't matter, even if it's bone stock, I would just fully upgrade the cooling system first. Have a fully upgraded cooling system, so then it will handle your bigger upgrades in the future, like the larger tires and, you know, everything like that. Honestly, I wish I would have done that at first. Just second I had it as a bone stock one, fully replace all of that immediately, but I didn't know. Tim, when you get an all new lightweight gear, I'll take your old heavy stuff. Honestly, it's not much of a, like, some of the camp chairs, some of the tables, like when we bought them, we bought aluminum things just so it's lighter weight in general. And then like our stove was the biggest thing. We had that Blackstone flat top. And that thing, it took up a lot of space, and it weighed like 25, 30 pounds, I want to say, give or take. And it was just heavy, and it took up a lot of room. And I mean, having the flat top is great, but we just want to move towards, you know, smaller pots and pans since it's only me and Natalie, and then like a lighter weight stove or a smaller stove that will take up, you know, next to no room. And then just, you know, like our sleeping gear, have lighter weight stuff like that. Just kind of have everything on a diet, kind of, you know, have just lighter weight stuff that takes up less room. I've been watching for a while, and I've done some of the mods thanks to you. I totally agree. Hey, I appreciate it, man. I mean, yeah, the support and everything means a lot to us. It kind of keeps us going on the channel. I will have a video out soon on the exhaust manifold replacement. I just finished filming it like probably 3-4 hours ago before this live stream. And it's kind of like just a quick and dirty, like, replacement on the manifold. I mean, I took my time and everything, but it's not like a step-by-step, like, it's pretty self-explanatory, a lot of the stuff that I did. And it's kind of like a, hey, how to replace your exhaust manifold in 10 minutes type video. But a lot of the stuff that I did have community suggestions when I made a community post, and practically everybody that commented had those tips and tricks helped out a lot with this replacement. Honestly, I was dreading the replacement of the manifold for years, and I wish I would have done it sooner with a lot of, you know, knowing their suggestions and just doing it. But I should have that video out, gosh, with getting ready for the trip and everything like that. I want to say like early next week, maybe Tuesday, Wednesday. I'll have that exhaust manifold video out, and then from there it's just going to be, I don't know, the next video. Maybe while we're up there camping, if anybody has cool boots at their camp spots, I'll do, you know, maybe a show off their boots, maybe their gear, whatever like that, if it's something practical for the Jeeps or for overlanding or camping in general. Then I am planning on doing a almost 2-year update rig walk around on the Cherokee. I just wanted to cool down a little bit more outside, so I could really spend my time getting into detail with everything, showing off all of the upgrades I've done on the Jeep over the past 2 years from the first video to now. So that's, you know, I've really been looking into that. So I guess I will have some videos planned soon. The shower room, showing off boots at this expo, if there's any that are worth it, trip videos, and the 2-year rig walk around. Maggie, my winch died. Do you think the Harbor Freight Badlands is a good choice? Honestly, I haven't heard anything bad about it. A lot of people run that winch. I've never used it, but I have the Smittybilt, which is pretty much comparable to it. And everything I've heard about the Badlands has been great. And what's good too is, you know, the Harbor Freight warranty. You get the extended warranty on that thing. If it goes out on you again or doesn't work, I mean, just bring it in there, set it on the counter, and they'll replace it. So, and then what I heard too when I bought my welder is before, like, let's say you get the 2-year warranty, even if the winch is working, bring in the winch right before your 2-year warranty is up, exchange it, and then buy, I think you could buy another 2-year warranty. So then, you know, every year and a half or almost every 2 years, just bring in the winch, buy another warranty, and it's, I mean, you're kind of buying a lifetime warranty like that, but you know, if you use the winch a lot or if you're just sketched out about it going out, you can always replace it. Pay the little bit of money for the warranty then. And they always have coupons too. I mean, that's what was funny is when I bought my welder there, that's what the woman that was the cashier told me. She's like, come in right before your 2 years is up. You know, we don't ask questions, just bring in the welder, buy a new warranty, and get a brand new one. I'm like, all right, I guess. I mean, might as well pass that knowledge on to everybody that's watching. Other than that, I mean, I'm kind of just thinking about ideas for the Jeep for upgrades once it cools down. I really want to do a lot of just upgrades. Like I'm looking into rock sliders. I want to build my own, but at the same time, there's a lot of companies that just, you buy the steel that's already notched and cut, and they just deliver it to your house and you can weld them up and install them. There is a company I'm looking at, it's called XO Fab. They have like a pre-runner style rock slider that I like. That, you know, I might, instead of having them flat underneath the rocker panels, kind of tilt them a little bit. And then I want to, once they're fully welded up and right before I put them on the Jeep, I want to bed liner them. So then it's like a sandpaper type surface so we could stand on them to help put the rooftop tent away and everything. And then just kind of stuff like that. Maybe extending my roof rack back a little bit. Building an extension and welding it onto the roof rack so we have a little bit of more roof space for stuff in the future. And just kind of stuff like that. Maybe replacing the bumpers. I've been looking at bumpers. There's a company, it's like Filthy Addictions Off-Road. It's a dude out of his, I think it's out of his garage or a small shop. He welds up bumpers all day. That's his business for XJs, Comanches. He does other stuff like that. It's expensive for the bumpers, but I mean, you're paying for this guy's work, his welds, his, you know, he's building these by hand. And he makes a front bumper that matches the rear bumper. It's like a tube style. Those are pretty expensive though, but I wouldn't mind picking one up. Or picking one up for the front and rear, some high clearance, cut and fold the rear quarter panels and put that bumper in there. There is a skid plate I want to buy for the transmission pan from Stinky Fab Racing. It literally just, you use the same bolts from the trans pan, so it's a pretty easy install, but I think it would make a great video. And just kind of stuff like that, kind of some extra armor, maybe get different bumpers, just maybe lighter weight. They're going to be lighter weight bumpers, but they're just as beefy, because I like the Smitty built bumpers we have on it now, but they are so heavy. So I figure if I could get slightly lighter bumpers that still look badass, it would you know, kind of totally transform the look of the Jeep. So I have a lot of plans and not a lot of money. So I got to kind of weigh out what I want to do, I guess. Okay. Have 60s out of an 06 SD Ford, Super Duty Ford. What's your opinion on gearing and lift with 40-inch tires? I don't have a lot of experience with that, man. Honestly, gearing though, I would do like 513s or 538s or 536s, whatever that option is. I know a lot of guys do like 513s with 37s. So, I mean, it kind of you know, depends. I think 536s or 538s, whatever that option is, would be best for 40s. And then from there, I mean, you're going to have to do, if you want a lot of up travel, you're going to want to do a large lift. You're going to want to do like an 8-inch lift or, you know, 10 inches, something crazy to make up for, you know, stuffing that tire into your fender. So honestly, what I would do is I would just trim your fenders as much as you're comfortable with, and then do like a 6 or 7-inch lift, and then do like get your bump stops measured. So you have, you know, a decent amount of up travel, but you're not just completely killing your fenders with your 40s and cutting up your 40s, but you have a lot of down travel. So, I mean, I would do, I guess it kind of depends. Are you 4-link in the rear, 3-link in the front? Are you going to do coilovers? Are you just going to have a coil spring with a shock? Are you going to have air shocks? Like, I guess give me a little bit more details on this thing. And honestly, I would not mind if me and Natalie ever got another rig. Like, I would love to just keep the XJ as the Overlander and then build like a 2-door or a Comanche and start doing like a 1-ton swap on that. But costs money, so it kind of gets expensive. Sourcing the axles will be easy, but excuse me, kind of fully tearing them down and rebuilding them how I want, that's where it'll get expensive. Yeah, yeah, it really, I don't know, I would do a decent cut, just not a massive cut. I don't know, something, yeah, that you're not seeing daylight through your rear fenders and your cargo area, but just bump stopping it correctly. So, you know, you're limiting some up travel, but you'll have a lot of down travel. So it's kind of like a low center of gravity build. I don't have a ton of experience with like the 1-ton swaps and anything like that. I know it's easy, or it's not extremely hard to 1-ton swap an XJ, but it's more of a, like the suspension wise, like which way you would want to go. 4-link rear on coilovers, 4-link front. Gosh, man, you're stumping me on that. Obviously you're gonna have a lot of down travel having 4-link front and rear. Yeah, I would just have correct bump stops. Figure out your fully extended length for your coilovers before they bottom out, and then I would do limit straps off of the unibody to the axle. And then I would I mean, if you're gonna trailer it, I would do whatever amount of lift you want. Honestly, sky's the limit for that. But if you are gonna daily it, or not daily it, but drive to the trail, I would just do something, you know, 6 to 8 inches. I mean, if you're on 8 inches of lift, you're gonna have, you know, your wider width axles with your wider width tires, so you're gonna be pretty stable. So I mean, 8 inches of lift won't be that bad. And honestly, you'll probably be the same height or a little bit lower than like a JK on 4.5 inches of lift and like 37s, which is weird how that works out. But yeah, you won't have a ton of lift, like you won't feel top heavy from what I'm thinking. And I think it'll ride great. If you're trailering it, I would just sky's the limit. I would do something crazy. I'd have 40s, yeah, the tons. I would just have I don't know, 10 inches of lift with the coilovers, and then just get extremely long limit straps, and you'd be able to climb anything. I mean, you won't really need much of a bump stops at that point. And at that point, just do rubber bumps. Well, all right, you guys, I'm gonna give it like another 5-10 minutes, and then we'll call it a live stream. I really appreciate everybody tuning in. I mean, it was like what, 15 people at the most. That's huge for our live streams. They're growing and growing. But a few more questions. I might ramble on a little bit longer, finish off this trail soda, and then we'll call it a live stream. I mean, if you're going all out with Super Duty axles and doing all that, I would do the Hemi. I mean, if you have the whole drivetrain, I would just do the Hemi. But I mean, keeping the 4.0 at the same time, I mean, you already have everything there, the transfer case, you know, the drive shafts, like, well, you got to do new drive shafts, I guess. So you're not really, I guess there wouldn't be a ton of difference. I guess it just depends how fast you want to get that thing on the trail. If you want to get on the trail pretty quick, I would just do just the tons and then rock the 4.0 until, you know, you get tired of it or it pops or whatever. But I mean, having that power with those axles and those 40s would be it'd be worth it for sure. I do not blame you there. I know I priced out a set of tons like with the 14 bolt rear and then like a Kingpin Dana 60 front with the lockers I want, the gears, like everything, trusses, reed knuckles, you know, just everything. And it was like 10 grand or something nuts. But I mean, that's kind of something that those axles would, once you destroy the rig and it looks like a raisin, pull the axles, pull all the steering, pull the links, pull everything and put it underneath something else. Like those axles would last forever. So, I mean, kind of like a buy once, cry once. Yeah, we have some plans though for trail runs with the Jeep once it cools down. We want to do a Box Canyon that's out by us. They have a cool obstacle. It's an up and over. It's probably like an 8 to 10 foot tall, just giant rock that you could climb on top of and then go down the backside of it. And it's pretty gnarly, but with the 35s, I shouldn't have a problem with that. And then redo Smiley Rock. Maybe once we go up to Moab and Zion area, do quite a few trails up there. But I definitely want to do more trail videos. And then even the area out by us, I want to try to get on film like a nighttime wheeling trip. I mean, you don't see too many of them, but I figured a nice nighttime wheeling trip would be really cool. And especially with how much it rains around here, if we get just a slight small rain, you know, we could wheel through the mud and do a lot of these obstacles with the rain. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. I'm hoping. Want to drive it a little on the road. So I think I may do 8 inches. Thanks for the great advice. Hey, I appreciate it, man. I mean, I don't have much knowledge on the 1-ton swaps and everything like that, but I'll tell you what I know. Hopefully it's good advice, but I did you know, some research on it. Coming off that Box Canyon obstacle is the worst part. Drag belly hard. Yeah, that's kind of why I want to do like gosh, you know, quite a few skid plates underneath, like the Transpan skid plate. Maybe from Iron Rock they make a transfer case skid plate for my long arm, so pick that up, have a skid plate for the T case, and then just kind of look into different things from there, just so, you know, I don't completely destroy the underneath of the Jeep, like the rock sliders. Get the sliders done, and then just get slowly into more and more crazier wheeling, where you know, show you guys some cool trips. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Tim. Elvis. That was that's where what we did, and a lot of it I did on like 33s, and I was short armed at the time. It was like before I did a lot of the stuff, before I even had the YouTube channel. And We did, yeah, we did Elvis, and that's where the up and over was. Like my buddy Travis did it, another guy did it, and I didn't really want to try it on 33s and 4.5 inch lift with short arms, so I just did the bypass. But I did do a lot of the other obstacles, and so I mean I would love to do that trip and just get a lot of awesome film of those trips, and show people some awesome wheeling that Arizona has. Yeah, that up and over, dude. My buddy Travis did it on 35s, and I think he was short armed at the time. And yeah, it was pretty gnarly. Like just sitting back in the distance, watching him go up and over it. I was like, oh man, like, I mean, there was no risk of him tipping at all or anything like that. But just watching that Jeep start climbing up it and just making his way over it and then down the backside, I was like, wow. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm down to take the Jeep over it. But yeah, when we went, it was probably 3-4 years ago, so it wasn't dug out too bad. But I mean, I guess if we have to stack rocks or shovel some dirt in there to make it a little bit more passable, then so be it. But I definitely want to get a lot of like the armor and stuff like that on the Jeep, so we could do harder trips like that, just so I don't completely destroy it, since we do want to go to other states in this Jeep. I don't want to, dent the door and it's hard opening the door or anything crazy like that. But that is definitely the plan. Go to some other states, check out hot springs, awesome camp spots, awesome views. Just getting the rig lighter in weight with lighter camping gear, smaller camping gear. Start stockpiling parts to get that car build going, and then just upgrades to the Jeep, and then next weekend the camping expo, and maybe complete AC system replacement on the Cherokee. So it's going to be a busy winter and spring and fall, but I'm looking forward to it. And me and Natalie going on a lot more trips to show that off to you guys, just some of the awesome areas we go to. And yeah, a lot of it, that's what I like, is a lot of it is optional. um that's kind of how Smiley Rock was. Like, you could have done all of Smiley Rock was just bypasses if you wanted, but I want to say about 95% of it, we were just doing the rock garden the whole way. And then I would get out and I would take a bypass to get out to film those guys going through all the rocks. Because I mean, it's hard to, I was in the very back of the pack. It's hard to get out, film, and then do those obstacles. So I did a bypass, jumped out, filmed all those dudes doing it, and then would jump on and do a little bit more, and then do another bypass. Like, kind of show you guys, more of the trail than just out of the driver's side window, me driving over rocks slowly. Because I still need to do Smiley Rock too. Yeah, when it cools down just enough, I'll get my buddy Travis, us three, or whoever else we invite, we'll head out there, and we'll do some wheeling. We'll hit Smiley Rock, and maybe even camp up at the top. I'll have the Dometic with me. I'll have, just like the last trip, we had probably way too many trail sodas, but it was definitely worth it. But yeah, we'll have a fridge full of trail sodas, wheel through the Smiley Rock, get to the top, have a nice camp out with a fire and all that, and then head back down. Then maybe if Natalie is down, she could wheel the Jeep through Smiley Rock. That would, well, you watched the video, obviously, where I just destroyed the whole front bumper. But yeah, she'll be wheeling it. I guess I'll be filming everybody, which is about just as fun for me in a weird way. The one I want to do most is back way to Crown King once it cools down. That would be cool. I've never done Crown King yet. I would like to do that. Definitely once it cools down. I definitely want to do a lot of trips coming this once it cools down. Just do like a solid 3 months of trips, and then have like a 3-4 months of Jeep upgrades. But I really appreciate you guys watching. I'll give it another couple minutes and we'll call it a live stream. 70 minutes already. It's crazy how fast the time flies on this. I love talking to you guys. But if you guys are down, head up to the off-road and camping expo next weekend. Me and Natalie will have patches for whoever that comes up. We'll have trail sodas too. We can obviously shotgun a trail soda and all that. And maybe go on a couple trail runs, camp out, just have a good time, and you know, enjoy the weekend out of the heat. Yeah, right. It'll be the one trip, and you'll, yeah. I mean, we've been pretty lucky. I've built that thing up pretty well, and how I wheel, I haven't broke anything yet. I mean, the most that we broke was like, you know, just seals and stuff like that where it's leaking the whole way home. But other than that, I mean, we haven't had a major breakage or anything on pretty much every trip we've been on, every wheeling trip. I don't know. We've been pretty lucky, to be honest, which knowing that, knock on wood, hopefully that streak continues. Bean is passed out right now, you guys. Bean, wake up. Say bye to the live stream. He's not into it. Sorry. But yeah, we're gonna call it a stream right here. I really appreciate you guys watching. It means a lot to us. If Natalie did not put the link to that off-road and camping expo in the live chat, I will have a link to it in the description, or I will do a pinned comment underneath the live stream. So if any of you guys are interested and you're in Arizona, buy a camping spot, come on up next weekend, hang out with us. We'll have some drinks and we'll hang out. So I really appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much. I will see you guys in, you know, the next live stream or the next video I put out. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Bye, you guys.